So I've been seeing a lot of videos. I think it's sort of older news now, but I don't know, I guess there's some study that like 63% of men have just completely given up on dating. Like it's not like they just don't have a girlfriend, they're choosing to be single so they can date more women. It's like they literally are not trying to get laid at all, like nothing. And personally, I find this very disturbing, and I see it as a big mental health issue. And I know, like, at least myself, I am constantly thinking about girls. Like, and I think the study is with younger guys, ages like between 20 and 30 or something like that. If you are that age, bro, you should be trying to like talk to girls, get laid or get a girlfriend or whatever constantly. Like, that shit is like, I mean, I'm in my 30s now and it's still always on my mind. So I see it as a big problem. And I think a lot of people, they're talking about like the guys are blaming the way that girls are in the current society that we're in now. And it seems like there's a lot of complaining and a lot of the blame is just be given to the girls. But I kind of think about it a little bit differently. And the reasons that I've been seeing too is like, it sounds like they are talking about the problems with dating, but only if you're using a dating app. So if you've tried to use like Tinder as a guy, you know that as a guy, it really sucks. And to be honest, if you go and talk to girls, guys, a lot of girls do not like dating apps either. They have had bad experiences with dating apps. I've talked to girls that are really, really good looking, like beautiful young girls, and they have bad experiences with dating apps as well. It's not just guys. But the thing is like if you're quoting all these problems as the reason, you know, that girls suck and it sounds like a lot of them are in dating apps, like you don't have to use a dating app. Especially now, it's probably more rare. Like people are getting less and less social. I think because guys can watch like pornography and use dating apps now, they're going to be going up to women less. So if you're a guy that actually can go up to girls in person and talk to girls in person, that gives you a big bonus right there. Like, you got to realize that, yeah, I'm sure some of it is the girls' fault. Like technology and stuff is going to change how girls act and everything. But like, if you think it's a new phenomenon that like girls enjoy male attention and there are guys sort of fighting over one girl, like you're crazy. Like we're just wired that way. Like if you're a guy and you've been around a pretty girl that makes you nervous, like are you kidding me? Like beautiful women and women who have like a certain charm, a certain type of personality, they get guys to act this way. And it's always been like that. I'm sure it's always going to be like that, where girls are gonna, you know, you can go out to a bar, a nightclub too in person. They're gonna enjoy attention from guys chasing after them, even if they don't necessarily want to sleep with these guys or even like them. That's just, you know, a lot of it is like that. But guess what? Like, you don't have to meet girls in a bar or on a dating app. Girls are people. They're all over the place. Like, the problem is not only with girls. Like, guys have to take responsibility for this too. And you got to realize, like, with all the technology and stuff, like, the number one thing that is going to get to help a guy's, I don't know, skills or whatever, that's going to help a guy just meet more women and be more attractive is social skills. And the thing is, if you are using dating apps, you're watching porn, you're on your phone all the time, this is going to diminish your social skills like crazy. It's going to make you an unattractive man to a girl. It's going to make you super unattractive. Like, watching porn is, I mean, I don't know exactly, but I think it's probably terrible for your brain. It's gonna, you know, it's, first of all, if you're watching like two people fucking, a man and a woman, it's like the most beta male thing you can do. Like, you're just touching yourself where you're watching two other people have sex. It's like, it's got to be really bad for your brain. And I think watching porn too, it's going to give you like unreasonable expectations. It's going to make you value women's looks too much and not value their personality. Like, there's no way it's not going to mess with your head. And it's probably going to make your social skills with women a lot worse, especially in the long run, and especially with like, I don't know, the study of the age group they're studying, a lot of them are probably kids that like grew up as young kids with smartphones. And I've looked into it, and there's studies about how like the generations of the people that they grew up with smartphones. I'm older, I'm in my 30s, so that wasn't me. Flip cell phones are like brand new when I was like 15 years old or something. But if you're growing up and having a smartphone when you're like 10 years old, that is going to fuck with your brain. Like, it's gonna mess with your head so bad. And then like video games are so much more advanced and more fun now. You can use the internet all day long. This is gonna make people less and less social, less active. Like, people are having, you know, after COVID and the lockdown, people are having all sorts of like mental depression, social issues. This stuff is going to make dating hard. And the truth of it is it's going to make it harder for guys, because women are the ones who get approached. In general, a woman can have more social anxiety and still get a lot of romantic interest, still go on dates, still get a boyfriend easier than a guy. If you are a guy and you have a lot of social anxiety, like you're too nervous to talk to girls or to make a move on them, like, you're screwed. It's not fair, but that's kind of how it is. And I think to go out and like blame women for that type of stuff, or just blame it all like, oh, women are like way different than they were, dating is way harder. It's like, people are basically the same. Evolutionary, our minds are the same. Like, technology is gonna change it a bit, but like, if you get off the dating apps and go meet people in person, people are basically the same. And you can't act like women are the only ones doing this bad stuff. And a lot of it, you gotta realize, is like, it's like the video I made about watching the news. This is basically like, it's probably just one study that came out, and then there are all these YouTubers like me making videos in this one study. First of all, a lot of times studies like this are flawed. They're not 100% accurate. If you look at the stats, they don't really make that much sense. And all the videos I watch, they're stating a lot of stuff that is a problem only if you're using dating apps. But you gotta remember, just like watching the news, people are gonna exaggerate this stuff. They're gonna play off people's fears. They're gonna play off negativity. Like, a lot of this stuff is just a negative way of thinking. If you're thinking like, oh, all girls are awful, blah, 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 it's all the fault, you're focusing on negative things. Like, you can go out in the world and you can still see there are a lot of couples. And like I was saying, these stats are weird. They say like 63% of women or males are like single, they're not dating at all, but then only like 30% of females are. There are a couple of things that could explain this. It could be that the women are dating older guys, so that's possible if it's like a 20 to 30 year old age group. There could be probably a lot of like 27-year-old women that are dating guys in their 30s. Could be a lot like that. Or obviously it could be like one guy has two girlfriends, but I find that pretty unlikely. But it's just like watching the news and crap. You can't believe all this, and you can't have that negative mindset. Like, if you focus on negative things like that, you're gonna be single. If you believe that all girls are awful and you can't date or can't get a girlfriend, or that all girls are gonna judge you, they're not gonna like you, guess what? You're never gonna date, you're never gonna get a girlfriend if you have that negative type of mindset. It's like, if you believe that nobody can make money online, or nobody can become a millionaire in their 20s or whatever, like, if you believe that you're never going to be rich or afford a Lamborghini or whatever, you never will be able to. You actually have to believe something is possible to be able to do it. And you really have to focus on positive things. Like, you got to start changing your thoughts and focus on the positive. Like, screw these videos, like a lot of these videos I see too, it sounds like a lot of people have like a deep sort of hatred towards women. And I think a lot of it is that guys are like sexually frustrated, and they're taking out a lot of that hate on women. And I think as a guy, it can be very easy to do that, especially like us guys, we see women and we see like, if they really want to, it can be very easy for a woman to just get laid or whatever. I don't think it's really easier for them to find a boyfriend. If you talk to women, they have all sorts of difficulties getting like a boyfriend, like a reliable, like good relationship that they like. Just like guys, there's all sorts of problems. but it can be easier for them to get laid, and as guys it can be easy for us to have resentment towards that, but that's not the right thing. And the thing is, although yeah, women have like, you know, a lot of behaviors that as men we don't like or we find annoying, guys are people too. You know, we have things that we do that women don't like, just, you know, as well. Like, nobody's perfect. I think it's really the wrong thing to do to just blame this all on women. And I think if you're a young guy to just give up on dating, I think that is absolutely insane. I think what you should be doing is going out there, working on your social skills. You know, you can travel to a foreign country like I'm in right now, where dating is way, way easier. There are all sorts of things you can do to like leverage yourself and make dating easier and make yourself more attractive. But complaining and blaming things on the other sex, I really don't think is the right way to do it. I want to mention another channel that I saw it too. Can't think of the name right now. I'll leave a link for the video, but it was a woman talking about this topic, and the video is really awesome. She makes a lot of videos giving dating advice for men, which I think is really cool. And if you pay attention to this chick, like, she seems really awesome, and obviously she loves men. Like, she absolutely loves men. She's not one of those, she doesn't seem like one of those awful girls that people are complaining about. And, you know, she's just an example right there. Is like, you know, not everyone is the same. Like, you see, I've even seen whole entire YouTube channels just based on this topic, and all the channels are doing is they're just finding little examples of girls acting kind of bratty or whatever, and then they're trying to promote it like all girls act like this. Like, that's not the reality. These are hand-picked little things. These people are trying to make money. They're feeding off your fears and your negativity. Like, don't buy into that shit. As a young guy, you should be out there talking to girls, getting laid. Like, completely giving up, it sounds really, really unhealthy to me, really sad. It really makes me worry about the young people. Like, I want you guys to fucking get out and get laid. Like, you should be doing this. Anyway, I am going to be starting a subscription-based thing on this channel. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to have at least one weekly video. It's going to be members only, a private video, and the videos are all going to be like based on topics or questions that the members suggest, and it's going to be $7 a month if you're interested in that. I'm also thinking of doing like a type of one-on-one Skype sort of coaching or something like that. No idea exactly what it could be or the pricing. It'd be very personalized based on the person. But if that interests you at all, I could do like, I want to do the first call free to just talk about it if it's something that could possibly be done. But if that interests you, just email me. My email is in the description.